Here's the hard truth. Most people never learn how to manage money. High schools don't teach it. Most parents don't sit their kids down and explain it. And so we stumble into adulthood with credit cards, car loans, maybe a student loan, and no roadmap. And here's the result. According to the Federal Reserve, nearly 24% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without going into debt. The average car loan is over $23,000, and the average retirement savings for people in their 50s is under $200,000, far less than what they'll actually need. But it doesn't have to be that way. Today, I'm breaking down the fundamentals of personal finance. These are the building blocks that will keep you out of financial trouble and set you up for long-term success. We'll go through step by step through budgeting, emergency funds, debt, saving, investing, insurance, I know, exciting, and goal setting. And by the end, you'll know exactly what percentages to aim for in each part of your budget. No more guessing. Think of me like the big brother who actually wants you to win with money. I'll tell you exactly what I tell my own kids. The big picture of personal finance. Personal finance can be broken down into 5 buckets. Number 1, housing and living expenses. Number 2, transportation. Number 3, food and lifestyle. 4, savings and investing. And number 5, protection and planning. If you can get these 5 areas balanced, you'll avoid 90% of the financial problems people fall into. And the best way to keep them balanced is to think of them in percentages of your take-home pay. That way, no matter if you're making $3,000 a month or $8,000 a month, you can scale your budget to fit your situation. Housing. Let's target 25 to 30% of take-home pay. Housing is usually your biggest expense between mortgage, rent, insurance, utilities. The target range here being 25 to 30% of take-home. So if you bring home $5,000 a month, your total housing costs should ideally be around $1,250 to $1,500 per month, which sounds almost impossible nowadays. Now, I know if you live in higher cost of living area, housing might be 35 or even 40%. That doesn't mean you're doomed. It just means you need to be tighter in other categories. But if you are above 40%, that's where you start to feel house poor. The home looks great, but your bank account feels empty. You've got no margin to save or invest. A mortgage lender can even approve your mortgage, insurance, and property taxes for above 40%. Then you add utilities, repairs and maintenance, and you're easily over 50. So the golden rule, keep housing under 30% whenever possible. That gives you breathing room to hit your bigger goals. Next is transportation. Car payments, gas, insurance, maintenance. The sweet spot is 10 to 15% of your income. So on that same $5,000 take-home budget, you want to be between $500 to $750 all in for transportation costs. The problem is, most Americans overspend here. The average new car payment today is over $700 a month. It's completely wiped out the budget. That's more than some people spend on their homes for rent. Here's a lesson. Cars go down in value. They are not investments. Don't stretch a car loan to 84 months just to make the monthly payment look small. That decision can actually cost you tens of thousands of dollars over time in interest. If you can, buy a reliable used car, pay it off fast, and free up that 10 to 15% for better things like saving for your future. Food is another sneaky category. We swipe $15 here, $20 there, and by the end of the month, we've spent way more than what we thought we would aim for, 10 to 15% of our take-home pay, on groceries, restaurants, and coffee. So with $5,000 a month income, that's $500 to $750 total. The fastest way to save money is to track your food spending for 30 days. Most people are shocked by how much they're actually spending eating out. Cutting back even $200 a month here could add up to $2,400 per year, money that could be invested instead. I highly recommend making this easy by using an app to automate your tracking. I personally use Monarch Money and it has been amazing. I'll leave a link down in the description that gives you a 50% discount on your first year. Saving and investing. This is the category that makes or breaks your future. If you want financial security, you need to save and invest at least 15 to 20% of your take-home pay. That includes 401k, Roth IRA, brokerage accounts, or even high-yield savings for short-term goals. But why 15 or 20%? Because if you save that amount consistently over 30 to 40 years, history shows that you'll have enough for retirement. If you want to retire early or build wealth faster, push that savings rate higher, 25 to 30% if you can. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Automate those investments so they happen every month, whether you feel like it or not. Lifestyle. After housing, transportation, food, and savings, the rest goes into lifestyle. That's travel, hobbies, subscriptions, sports, concerts, clothes, fun. A healthy range is 20 to 30%. And let's be real, this is the category that gives life joy. but it's also the easiest to let spiral out of control if lifestyle spending is above 35 or 40%. It usually means you're sacrificing your savings rate. So enjoy your money, but balance it. Fun now, freedom later. Protection. This is the most overlooked category. Insurance isn't exciting, but it's necessary. Health insurance, car insurance, home or renter's insurance, and life insurance if you got a family, depending on your income. Plan for 5, even up to 10% of your income here. Think of insurance as defense. Offense is making money, saving, and investing. Defense is making sure one accident or hospital bill doesn't wipe all of that out. So separate from those categories is your emergency fund. Step 1, save $1,000, preferably up to $2,500 for quick protection. This handles flat tires, broken appliances, medical copays. Step 2, build 3 to 6 months of expenses in a high-yield savings account. That cushion means a job loss or a big expense doesn't derail your whole plan. It keeps you from falling back into debt. Debt management. Let's seriously talk about debt. Debt is the biggest anchor on any financial progress. The average credit card debt per household is over $6,000. The average interest rate on those cards is above 20%. That means if you carry a balance, you're bleeding money every month. So here's how to attack it. Number 1, stop adding new debt. Number 2, list all of your debts, smallest to largest or highest interest rate first. And number 3, use either the snowball method, where you hit the smallest balance first, this gives you a good motivation boost, or avalanche method, where you attack the highest interest rate first for the most money saved. The method matters less than the momentum. Freeing up that cash flow is what matters most, because if it allows you to redirect money into savings and investing. Speaking of which, let's cover investing fundamentals. Once your debt is under control and your emergency fund is in place, it's time to invest. There are different buckets, but here are the 3 you've probably heard of. Number 1, retirement accounts, 401ks, Roth IRAs, and others. Number 2, brokerage accounts. These are flexible, taxable, and there's no withdrawal rules. And number 3, real estate and other physical assets like rental properties. The foundation for most people is retirement accounts. If your job offers a 401k match, grab it. That's free money. A Roth IRA is great because your money grows tax-free. A brokerage account is fantastic for flexibility since you can pull money out without any penalties. And when it comes to what to invest in, most people don't need to pick individual stocks. Broad-based index funds like the S&P 500 are proven to outperform most stock pickers over their lifetime. The key is consistency. Don't try to time the market. Automate your contributions, dollar cost average over months and years. That's how wealth is built. I would highly recommend you subscribe to the channel as we have investing challenges that we are going to show how little amounts of money quickly add up to a nice nest egg. Now, because of its importance, I want to double down on this one. Protection and planning. Growing your money is half the battle. Protecting it is the other half. That means insurance, like what we talked about earlier. You have term life insurance if you have a family that depends on your income. Car insurance to make sure you can still get to work if something were to happen. Health insurance, long-term disability insurance, and others. But whatever you do, don't let any Joe Schmo talk to you about whole life insurance. There is a reason for it. Go speak with a financial advisor or a certified financial planner. They will explain it and plan that out for you. But it's not for everybody. It is pitched around all the time. Now there's estate planning. A simple will, power of attorney, making sure your beneficiaries are updated. An attorney can set this up for you and put in many of the stipulations for your kids, like giving them stipends over time rather than one lump sum. Then there's the basics. Security, monitoring accounts using 2-factor authentication, strong passwords. The simple stuff goes a long way. The goal is to make sure one bad event doesn't undo years of progress. Here's the most important piece of fundamentals: goals. Money without a goal just drifts away. If you don't create a goal to put it towards, you'll just spend it on the current categories like a nicer home, better car, or more shopping. So you want to set SMART goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Is your goal buying a home? Start the down payment fund. What about a rental property? Save for the investment. Do you want to retire early? Increase your savings rate to 25, 30% or more. The fundamentals give you the playbook, but your goals give you the motivation to stick with it long-term. So the fundamentals of personal finances: keep housing under 30%. Keep transportation under 15%. It's going to be hard, but we have to keep trying to do so. Keep food around 10 to 15% if possible. Save and invest at least 15 to 20%. And then protect yourself with insurance and an emergency fund. And the most important, set goals, stay consistent, and let compounding do the rest. If you stick to those fundamentals, you'll avoid financial trouble and you'll build wealth steadily over time. Now here's the challenge for you. Run your own numbers. Pull up your budget, calculate your percentages, and see where you stand. And if you want help building a system that works for your life, that's exactly what I do as a financial coach. I help people increase their saving rates, get out of debt, and start investing with confidence. Book a free call with me. I'll put a link in the description down below. And I highly suggest you subscribe to the channel because this video is just the beginning. Each month, I'll be posting budget recaps, tutorials on tools like Fidelity or Monarch Money, and strategies to help you win with money. I'll see you in the next video.